Hey everyone, it's Julie here with the Fort Collins Break Free Transformation Journey. Good morning.
We're going to do a few questions over the last 2 months for Julie. So how has your transformation been going?
We are 2 months in, and I am just shocked at the fact that 8 weeks have already zoomed by. So with that, the first month was very overwhelming with all of the amazing sponsors that we have and all of the things that we've been set up for to be as successful as possible and to have the community support that we have. And then, so that was overwhelming with just everything that we had. And then moving into month 2, kind of getting more into a groove and a routine. And as you will hear some of our other transformation journey challengers mention, that you're kind of in that lull at this point where the reality of everything setting in, worry, what we're hopeful for, what we're worried about, and the day in and day out of stress in life, and every day is not going to be perfect and we're not going to always make great decisions, but just continuing to look at the support that we have, which has been amazing in the first 2 months already.
How have things changed for you?
Things have changed in the sense of I was always last on the list, if I even made the list for the day. So everyone else was on the list, and I took care of everyone else at my own expense. So now I am most days first on the list, starting with 6 a.m. Pure Barre class, which has been great. So love starting my day with Pure Barre, Orange Theory Fitness, and just all the other amazing sponsor support that we have. So there's guilt associated with that, which I'm still working on getting over, but putting myself on the list and most days first on the list has been probably one of the biggest changes.
That's awesome, and hard to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
What have been your experiences?
Experiences have been incorporating, the cardio at Orange Theory with the resistance amazing training at Pure Barre, journaling every morning, which has been something new that I've incorporated into my daily routine. Now, we're at the end of month 2, incorporating a self-help, what I'm calling my heart work book. So looking at that and going through that and starting to try and, now that I've got a little more confidence in putting me on the list, continuing to work on the emotional part of this for me. It is not as much of a weight loss, although that has been beneficial. I've lost 10 pounds and 10 inches in 8 weeks, which is awesome.
Woo!
But the emotional piece has been really tough, and I've been conveniently keeping myself really busy for 43 years to ignore it. And now I have this amazing opportunity and support to have no excuse to ignore it any longer, so working on that. Pure Drip has been great also with the IV hydration support, with all of the extra working out that we're doing, and self-care. And then Shishi Beauty Salon has been great with facials and pedicures and stuff like that. So.
What have you been struggling with?
Struggling with has been the guilt piece with focusing on me. Again, like I said earlier, it's always about everyone else. It just kind of has been second nature, and picking the career of nursing kind of was quite fitting. I knew at a very young age that that's what I wanted to do, is to help others. And been a nurse for 21 years and absolutely love it and can't imagine doing anything else. Just recently graduated with nurse practitioner degree, working on studying for board so I can continue to take care of people and be at the bedside. So the struggle has been, although that is my passion and drive, but kind of looking inward and self-reflection has been actually the hardest part, the emotional piece of this.
Oh, and it's hard for the whole family to get used to that too. It's hard.
Yeah,
it's really hard.
They have noticed that I'm doing more things like the journaling in the morning. My daughter will come down and she'll just kind of sit there and give me a hug and just, watch, I listen to music and I journal, and doing more with them as well. So in filling my own tank instead of looking for external things to fill it, I found myself having a little more energy.
I love
them,
it.
for them. Yeah.
What are you excited about?
I'm excited about hopefully finally the theme for the transformation being break free is finally, after almost, I say 43 years, 30 years since the initial abuse, breaking free emotionally from all of like the invisible chains of just what childhood trauma brings to someone. So working through that and not running and filling my time in every second of the day, and what I was thinking was being productive was being extremely counterproductive. And what I was thinking was surviving was just thriving, and I would keep my time busy with, and because I was giving and doing for others, I saw that in a positive light. And now realizing that that was only hurting me, even though I was helping everyone else, there's a balance, and I'm working on finding that balance.
Good for you. Anything else you want to share? With this 4 months left, 2 months in.
One of the things that actually, out of all of our amazing sponsors, something that comes to mind, there's two things, and I'll try and be brief. Impact Chiropractic, I'd never had chiropractic services and was super, super nervous. So that was the one that I was like, oh, I don't know. Now that I've been working with them for 2 months, I'm so frustrated with myself for like being worried about chiropractic services because they're amazing and it was wonderful, and I feel stronger and I feel better, and it's like the first time ever that my lower back doesn't feel weak anymore, and I feel like I can do more and take on more. So if you've ever been nervous about chiropractic services, they're the place to go. They're awesome. They're awesome. And then the other piece that has been something that I think I will start to incorporate and talk about more has been alcohol. And the focus of alcohol in every single thing that we're a part of, every celebration, every event. It has been really interesting and difficult to not feel the need to have an excuse of why I'm not drinking. And so they're like, oh,
validate
are you,
it.
right?
Yes,
Are you
yeah.
pregnant? Or are you like, oh my gosh, did you have a problem? And it's like, no, none of those things were an issue. I'm just choosing to fill my body with things that are nutritious and supporting my goals at this point and healthy. So not that I'm not ever gonna drink, it just is so interesting that it's like at the core of every celebration and event. So that has actually been another challenge and struggle, which I'm sure is a common struggle for most people. Anyone I talk to about it casually is like, I know, it's like if you're not drinking, it's some big deal, and everybody points it out. So just know that just one decision at a time, and continue to support what is going to support your goals ultimately.
Well, and how much growth is that from when we talked 2 months ago? Like, that's awesome.
No, it was, I was using Benadryl and melatonin at night to sleep, and drinking wine every evening to kind of get through the crazy, chaotic part of the evening. And I haven't in 2 months. I mean, I'm sleeping on my own, good quality sleep, meaning no Benadryl or melatonin, and then no wine at night, which has been awesome too. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yay, girl.
So thank you everyone for the support and for following. Looking forward to what the next 4 months will bring. The first 2 months have already been a whirlwind and amazing. So I'm really excited about the next 4 months. Thanks.